Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough. We are in the R87 with the prototype exploration trailer, and we have just arrived in Imandra. So we've got an almost full tank of fuel, we've got full trailer fuel, and we've got a full roof rack, and we're going to do some scouting. So we haven't quite uncovered the corner here, so I'm just going to come into this base where we came with the Lope and the Taiga when we first came into this map to have a quick explore. And we're going to run a radar scan in this and try and expose the corner of the map, and then we're going to move our way up and learn a bit about this map. And it may be that today's episode is purely scouting, nothing else. We have scouting to do, so let's get on with it. It's about 3 AM, so it should be daylight relatively soon. I'm going to stick to the main trail rather than going in. There's a side trail there that we used with the Lope, and it wasn't bad, but I might as well stick to the main trail because it's passable. I didn't really want to drive this back across Lake Cobb to get the SnowRunner gearbox, but I do think that this vehicle would now benefit from the SnowRunner gearbox. Give me a bit more speed in low. Probably more use to me than the high range, but then the high range, the reason I picked the high range, and this has been confirmed in comments as well, is it's more fuel efficient. But SnowRunner gearbox on there and it's going to become a lot thirstier. So you have to balance progress versus cost, basically. It's a fine balancing act in this game. We're on some asphalt now, so we're all drive off. It's a six-wheeler, 3 axles, and when you're in all-wheel drive, obviously it's a 6x6. When you switch all-wheel drive off, it's a 4x6 or 6x4, whichever way around that goes, but basically the 2 rear axles remain driven. Only the front steering axle loses drive. So it's still not bad. It's still got 4 balloon tyres in contact with the ground driving you. Seem to be hunting gears a bit. See if I can whack it into high and see if that's a bit smoother. I don't know how far into this corner I need to go to get good coverage of the corner of the map, so I'll probably drive in a bit further than I need to. And there's a Lope in there that we've got to deliver somewhere, but we won't be doing that with this truck. We've got enough to do with the trailer being towed behind us. I know that there's an upgrade in this corner because I've seen it on Map Runner. And I know it's a upgrade that I care about quite a lot for a truck that has mixed reviews really, but I want to get to the point that I can play it a little bit. I believe it's the all-wheel drive for the Western Star twin steer. So it makes that 4-slot rigid vehicle an 8-wheel drive, which would be quite nice. Right, let's set myself a goal. How far in do I think I need to come? Maybe go to there. Right, that'll do. Engine off. Don't need the engine to use the trailer, and it is coming into a bit of daylight. All the lights will disappear in a sec, I suppose. Activate the radar. Been a while since we've done this. Right, old lighthouse and forecast for tomorrow. So we uncovered 2 tasks and an upgrade. So there's a small scout flatbed, empty. Forecast for tomorrow and old lighthouse, and that did okay, so that uncovered all the way to the corner of the map, so that gives us this bottom right corner of the map, and it also shows this upgrade. I don't think I'm going to go up and get that upgrade right now. I'm not going to be using that truck immediately, and I think for fuel reasons that the YAR should focus on exploration and scanning, and should let the Tatterin probably come in and do the running around and collecting of stuff. So the next step will be to go up to the airport where we've already been and do a scan, maybe get to this watchtower and see what's going on near this airport that we've been to. And I'll worry about the kind of completionist opening up of the map, probably in the Tatterin, which is quite close in Cobb anyway. And then once I've opened up the map, I can think about the contracts and tasks that are required to open up the garage. But for the minute, I think it's more important, more valuable to open up the map, learn where all of the fuel is, because there's more fuel. There's a fuel carrier, I think 2,000 litre fuel carrier that we've identified but not got to yet. It'd be quite nice to get to that. I'm not going to go that route because I know that leads to a trap on the ice. I'll come back to the route that I know is relatively safe. May as well get down on the ice there. So this trail, I haven't followed that trail yet, but again, I'm not sure this is the vehicle to worry about that on. I just want to try and get around the map as quickly as I can. So the Azov has got 2 lots of wooden planks on there, and I know they're needed for the garage. I don't know what to do with them yet, which is another reason for coming out and scouting rather than worrying too much about cargo tasks. I know I could follow guides and things, but I do like to try and explore and learn my own way around if I can. So this will bring us up onto the airfield where we got the semi-fuel trailer from. If I come to maybe about there, that should give me decent coverage here, and then I'll go around that loop and try and get to the tower. And that's starting to open up the east side of this map. So it's another 20 litres of fuel used, but I think this is a good spot to use the radar. I just heard a roar of something up in the trees there. Check behind the seat, see if it's a shotgun. Don't think so. I'm on my own. Okay, so it didn't expose any new tasks or quests or anything. I've got all of this tagged. Follow this road around. There's a couple of routes to that watchtower. Looks like there's a twisty path here, but there's another one on the other side, so we'll see when we get there if that path is something that I feel the YAR can do. Let's get going. So getting up to that watchtower might depend on whether it's icy or whether there's a snow/mud route that I can do with this vehicle. If not, I'll have to get up there with something that's got chains on. So at the point of recording this one, which I think is going to be episode 14, I have finished editing those 11 and 12, and I've got to apologise for the audio. I had a couple of problems but the biggest one is that I have been going through some back pain issues IRL, and when the pain's really bad, I've got some pretty strong painkillers. And what I realized when I was editing episodes 11 and 12 of this series is that I really shouldn't record when I've taken strong painkillers, because I was just sound stoned. Not particularly happy with a content lens on that, but there's not really anything I could do either, because I recorded and it's too late, right? I can't go back to save points and re-record if I'm not happy with the footage. It's just too bad in this, the way that this is going. So yeah, I recorded, but I shouldn't have been recording at all, and then editing was a bit cringeworthy. And it might not come across so much to you guys, but I knew from my narrative that I was pretty stoned on the painkillers. So yeah, apologies for that. That was a bit distracting. That's quite an icy route up there. Let's just have another look at the map. The thing is, that watchtower, just thinking about fuel for this scanning trailer, that watchtower is going to give me pretty big coverage area there, so I don't know that I would need to scan. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to drop the trailer off, and I'm just going to have a go. And if it's impossible, I certainly don't fancy dragging a trailer up there, but if it's impossible to get up this without chains on, I'll have to do this in another vehicle, because not even a Tatarian will be able to do it. This is probably, for getting up a hill like this is as good as the Tatarian, I would say. But without the trailer, maybe. Try and slingshot myself up with these. Can I get all the way to that? No, not quite. So use the tail on that tree. Get far enough up to be able to get to the next tree. Well done, Dev. So I'll probably get off to the right there in that snow and I'll be alright, to be honest, but past that bit. There we go. That was alright. That's a bit of fun, actually. But looking at the catchment area, looking at the placement, I don't know how big, because watchtowers seem to have quite a variable radius that they'll cover. But that has uncovered one more task. And it's always nice, especially on a sunny day, to get a cutscene. Gives me a view of the lake and what looks like a bit of a castle over there. Looking in that direction, looks like a bit of a raised plateau. I think that's a church building, but is that walls or rocks around that in a perimeter? Looks like a little bit of an encampment type place. That's interesting. Be looking forward to get over there. And then here, there's a little bit of passable stuff there. But it also looks like there's a pretty big bridge that's out that may be a repair, although it would be showing up as a repair task. It's not a contract, so I'm pretty sure that's a bridge that's permanently down, but there is a little path there. So I think I'll go back down the way I was and loop around this road and bring the little trailer with me. Right, maybe a bad idea, but we'll give it a go. Bad ideas are fine. All good gameplay, it's all good fun. So try and carefully come down here. We're at the icy road causing me to knock out a sump. So I've got an autonomous winch. Well, I need something substantial to winch to for it to be useful. Oops. I don't think that is substantial, but I think I'm too close to it. I'm not going to be able to do anything. Uh-oh. Guess who wishes that he'd repaired that warthog? Guess who just remembered? He's got a loaf. Dun dun dun. Come on, loaf. Time to live up to your reputation, mate. Intrepid loaf to the rescue, please. Kind of always going to do that, wasn't I? I think this is the way I went up with the Yar. This looks like it'd be alright for a loaf. Remind myself, loaf is always on, always on. What tyres did I put on the loaf? I think it's got chains on it as well, rather than muds. Yeah, it does. So in this particular snow, muds would be more use, but I'll time lapse this if you don't mind. I'll probably sit here with my finger on go for 20 minutes to get to the top of the hill. Got myself a loaf. Maybe I should have dragged the loaf up and brought the Azov with it. Azov will get through that snow a lot better and take the loaf with it. Park the Azov up at the airfield anyway, rather than leaving it on the edge of a lake. I don't know where the planks have got to be delivered yet. Come on in, loaf. You got work to do, mate. And if I'd have repaired just the gearbox on that Warthog, I might have been alright. At the moment, it's so damaged that it keeps jumping into neutral. So where am I? Exactly. Where is it that I need this thing pulling back onto its wheels? Here. So I'm going to try and get the loaf out through here somewhere onto that road. Right then, Yar, stop messing about. We haven't got time for that. Nice opportunity to look at the undercarriage on it. So winch to there. Come on, just go, go, go. It's funny how the wheels are spinning on the Yar. That's quite cool. You see all the drive shafts going. I like that. Yar's quite a big vehicle. Need the right angle though, I think. I'm going to attach to the top. Weird. The pulling power of this thing is mental. There we go. Loaf to the rescue. Not for the last time, I shouldn't think, on this map. Anyway, back to plan. Get this prototype trailer hooked up and see if I can get past that downed bridge using a little side route. I'm not going to take any fuel out the low. I'm kind of okay with fuel for the minute. I'm not doing too bad. I don't want to. My low. It's no good having the rescue vehicle. Didn't do anybody any favors. Been some rock slides on this road. I bet these are all static rocks though. Been here long enough that they've frozen in. I'd love there to be a mode, even if it's like after you've got 100% game completion, or even map completion, like I've already done for the other regions. I'd love there to be a mode where you're then allowed to come through with a bulldozer and clean everything up. I would enjoy that as gameplay. It would be satisfying. It'd be like a bit zen, wouldn't it? To, right, I've struggled with this for months. Now I'm going to come through a bulldozer and make it so that it at least looks and drives like an empty, clean road. It'd be great if the next version of this game was based on that. Is that, yeah, it's still SnowRunner and you've still got to do deliveries, but in this game you do deliveries and you fix bridges, you fix roads, but you don't. It's not like Universal. It'd be great if the next version was a bit more of a sandbox where you could fix anything through your own efforts. I suppose that makes it as much a building game as a driving game, but I still think it'd be fun gameplay. Maybe it's just me though. I'm drawn to building games as well, so I like games like Space Engineers and Satisfactory and so on, where you construct your own things. But I'd love to be able to come in here with a truckload of concrete slabs and build a little bridge over the top of that washed out bit of tarmac. Turn it into. That's what I'm doing here. Cool. I was looking at what I could fix on that road and nearly tipped myself over again. Yeah, I'd love that to be a theme for the next version of this game. I think it would add so much. I've been watching Mr. Lone Wolf's gameplay of Phase 7. It does look fun. Yeah, it is something that I am interested in doing, but not right now, I think. So what's going to break here and what's not? This looks solid. There's a concrete slab, but it's fairly narrow. No chains, so careful. I think I can get over that. It's quite narrow for this truck, but I think I can get over that. Steady, steady. Got it. Go, 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 go. That was the point of no return. Cool. So we're over the other side of the landmass now. Engine off. Let's have a quick look. Good. I am going to probably follow this. Yeah, it looks like a road. So I'll try and get myself around here and then follow that way. Because if I get myself to about there, I will be able to scan. What was my radius? It's about there, wasn't it? I'll scan from about here. I'm scanned from about here. So that's about the distance I want to be. Probably go a little bit further in, actually. Yeah, so somewhere around here, between those 2 points, I want to do my next scan. Step 1, get it up onto the road. Lights on, it's coming in dark. detach the trailer. Got myself into a little bit of bother. Also, I'm going to need the lope again. I'm going to need the lope again, aren't I? Because there's nothing to winch to. It's a bit annoying because I can see branches, but I don't think my winch can quite reach them. Yeah, there's branches out there. Oh, bloody hell. I should have just towed the lope, shouldn't I? And go 2 vehicles. Maybe I should just learn my lesson and do that. Right, okay. Now let's not get carried away and lose the lope in the drink. Right then, yeah, what are you playing at again? Silly buggers, I guess. Usual yard sort of shenanigans. I'll just put that straight on. Is that have enough to pull it back? I've got to get in front of it, haven't I? Those big rocks are a bit of a nuisance. Not to mention the lack of light. There's some boulders here that are as nearly as big as the lope, and I am fairly well stuck to them. And then the trailer's just in the way. Can't see what's actually blocking me, but I think it's just these big boulders. I'm not entirely sure what I achieved with that, but I'm trying to move the lope as much as anything else. Try and get the lope forward a bit. That's what I was trying to do. Get the lope free. Now the lope is free, I should be able to do something about the mess that the yard's got itself into. There we go. Now, can the lope show the yard how to get up this slope without messing about? There we go. So, yar, that's how you do it. Don't tip it over again. Turn it around. Lights on. Get the trailer back on. Should have gone wider basically because the rocks are bigger closer into the hill. Out here it would have been alright, I think. The trailer can come on a rope for now. But it's past those nasty rocks. Right, we're out. Thank you again, Lo. 2 out of 2. While we've got a little bit of road ahead of us, let's keep our little comfort blanket lope with us. There we go. That's what I was after. Hook the power pole. So this is about where I said I would do a scan. Somewhere between these two next points, I think. So I'll just get to the crest of this little hill and then we'll have a look. Because this was fog of war for me. So I was off because I was in fog of war. Somewhere around there I want to do. I'm a bit too far south yet. I'm not going to get enough coverage to make it worth the 20 litres. So I want to push up to between these 2 points a bit. Keep going. Staying left a little bit because that's another bit of icy tarmac. tell you what, let's get onto a terrain that's a bit more friendly to these mud tyres, rather than trying to drive on a road when I got no grip. It's funny that this seems to drive better on actual ice than it does on icy asphalt. The surface physics of these terrain types is interesting. I would have thought sheet ice on a lake would be slippery, more slippery than this road. Don't know why I would think that. But this is about where I said I was going to do a scan, so I'm just going to have a look at the map in a sec. Let's do that now. Map. Yeah, I think that's probably not a bad place to do a scan. We've got 40 litres of fuel left in the truck, plus the roof. Let's see what this shows us. Not much. Does it take me all the way to the corner? Not quite. That's interesting. So what's up on top of there then? That looks like a lighthouse to me. Trail, but it didn't show. There's no tasks or anything there. So there may be delivery points in here for tasks, but there's no tasks in there to pick up. It didn't quite take me to the edge of the map either. But it's on the wrong side of all of that water, so I can't imagine, unless there's something up here. I don't know how much further north we go. Not much, I don't think. There's some kind of a yard here. I'm going to try and push on and see what this is. Not worry about those tasks for a minute. Helicopter? I can hear a helicopter. See it if I pan the camera up enough. So a helicopter, the sound of a helicopter flying over me just happened. But this is quite a steep incline for a truck with no chains, so I don't know how well this is going to go. But there are trees on my left to try and winch to if I need it. If I can get a couple of wheels in that snow, I'll do better as well. So I think I've done 3 scans, which would mean 60 litres used, 60 litres left in the trailer. Come on, you can do it, Yar. This is a more so than COD. This is a icy roads map, Imandra. Icy roads with rocks on them. Right, so I'm approaching some kind of a warehouse complex, quite a big complex, coming down an icy road as well, so careful. Nice of them to put a couple of tree stumps though for when you're going in the other direction. Nice little cottage on the left here, lights on. I'll pop in for a brew, mate. Got a satellite dish on there, so he's got internet connectivity. It actually feels quite nice to hit a bit of civilization. People with lights on, even though you never actually see people. I don't think this is the garage area. Is this the garage area? Let's have a look. What's in here? Where am I on the map? Right, so that's a task. Broken power station. That sounds like an enablement type activity. It's getting crazy. Lines get broken. Transformers get flooded. Poles fall down. You've got spare people at the substation, yet no spare parts to fix it all. By the way, you mind helping me get some components there? $4,900. Yeah, I'll help you, mate. Let's have a look what you need. That is going to be 2 lots of metal beams to the substation. So I think that is one of the tasks that is required to unlock the garage. So that's where I've said before that I want the Vorongrad Plus the Phoenix to bring 2 lots of metal beams, and I've got to decide whether to bring them from Lake Cobb and trek them all the way there or not. But I wouldn't want to bring them over that little route that I did, so I'll have to find another route around to the left side of this map. I'm not far from the watchtower, so I'm not going to scan just yet. I'll still not see how big that watchtower catchment area is. Let's have a look. Is there anything else in here that I can see? Get rid of that. There's no yellow boxes over there. There's one over there. What's that one? That's a cargo zone. So what can I get here? I don't know where I can get metal beams. I can't get them there. Cargo container, vehicle spare parts, fuel. That's it. And looks like infinite amounts of them. There's no warnings there that you... because I'm expecting to run into limited cargo challenges. Let's keep pushing on down this road a little bit. Just run the line properly. So I am a fair way from that watchtower. Maybe I will do a scan here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a scan here. Because I'm not... the watchtower's way over there. In fact, that's it, on top of that hill by the look of it, but... it's not gonna uncover to the east of me very well. Probably will only cover to where I am now. Right, let's see what we got from that. Yeah, so that watchtower, probably the perimeter of that would have been to more or less where I am. So that's the metal detector module. Oh, that's a scout fuel carrier. That's an important one to find. And then metal shipments. You can get metal beams there. I wonder how many you can get. Right, so I want to get to that scout fuel carrier, don't I? But also to that metal detector. Okay, as much as I want to push on, because there's plenty to do, I think the duration of that episode is about right for me to say that's enough for today. Yeah, definitely. So I am going to wrap this episode here and then continue the scouting in the next episode. And the first thing I'll be doing is going to get that fuel, get that metal detector add-on, and then keep pushing on west, hopefully get to the garage, try and work out a route to get some metal beams in, or get the Vorongrad and the Phoenix in, and take it from there. So that's enough for this episode. I'm going to wrap this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, thanks and goodbye.